Um, met here, not exactly here, we met here in Bangalore almost a year ago, January 2023. Back then, our community was roughly about 80,000 people strong. And we were just getting ready to announce and launch Gen 3.1 of the 450 platform. Today, we have grown from 80,000 owners to more than 230,000 owners pan-India. An incredible growth in the last 1 year. Remember, it took Ather 5 years to get to 80,000 and just less than 1 year to cross 2 lakh owners in this time frame. What's driven this growth is a big network and a very large charging infrastructure. Today, back then, we had about 1,300 fast chargers installed pan-India. Today, that number has grown to almost 2,000 chargers pan-India. And given that we have open sourced our charging standards, something that you guys heard about, our owners now have access to almost 2,400 fast chargers pan-India, the largest of any fast charging network in this country. Ather Grid is, by hands down, the largest fast charging network out there. In fact, it's the largest fast charging network possibly in the world for two-wheelers. What's powered this has been our success with LECCS. LECCS is our fast charging standard that Ather open sourced a while ago and was accepted by BS as a standard recently. We are now at a place where this has become one of the national standards, and we have 6-7 different OEMs onboarding themselves onto this standard today. What's also powered this growth is a larger network. We have now almost 500 plus touch points and more than 300 sales points out there in the field. Not just in India, we are present now in every state, but also also outside. We opened up a first international market last year in December. In fact, we've got a few of our community members joining us today here from Nepal, who've flown all the way from there to make this community day very memorable. Now, let me just move on. Yeah. Oops. Our owners, cumulatively till date, and these numbers surprised us when we started plotting them up on the slides, our owners have already saved more than 500 crores in petrol savings over the last few years. And cumulatively, your riding has been responsible for offsetting more than 6 crore tons of CO2. How much is 6 crore tons of CO2? Well, it's pretty large. It's, to put in context, that's roughly equal of tripling the average tree cover in the city of Bangalore. So quite substantial. And remember, we are still at a fairly early stage of this entire EV revolution and Ather's own journey. Now, to set context for what we are launching today, I want to talk for just a minute about how we've been building Ather. When we began, originally, this was a passion project. We were all enthusiasts. We were young students, and we were building for ourselves, and hence, we were building an enthusiast product. For the longest time, I personally thought that what we are building at Ather is a niche product. In fact, till I think a 2018, 2019 timeframe, our fundraise decks used to say this is a 30-city product. We will have 30 stores in 30 cities. But every time we moved forward, we've been very positively surprised. Today, Ather is present in more Tier 2 and Tier 3 markets than in Tier 1 markets. We sell more in Tier 2 and Tier 3 markets than all metros and Tier 1s put together. Every type of city, it's actually difficult for us to sell our entry products. People overwhelmingly, every single time, choose to buy the more premium product. And that sort of builds up on the overall story that we've been seeing firsthand. I think India is upgrading. All of us have grown with a two-wheeler in our lifetimes. We saw our parents having an Activa or a Splendor or some amazing success stories of the last 20, 30 years. And today, as our economy grows, as we all grow, we are all aspiring for better and better products, which is why this product, 450, which we thought was a 5,000 a month, 4,000 a month, steady state 2030 business case across 30 cities, today is already doing 13, 14,000 units a month across 200 cities in India and continues to grow. That's a story we believe very strongly in. We believe India will continue upgrading, and that's a market we want to build for. We want to build for the upgrading two-wheeler buyer in India. So today, what we have for you are three fantastic upgrade stories. These are focused, there are three different launches effectively today. We have, I'll skip past this slide because I've already talked about it. Today, what we have are three products. First would be Halo. This would be a product that will upgrade your riding experience quite significantly. Next is Rizta, which we have obviously talked about. So this we hope and we believe will upgrade your family scooter experience quite significantly. And finally, we'll have Atherstack, which will be the upgrade of Atherstacks with its latest release today. So that's the context for today. A fairly packed next 1 hour. We have a lot to announce. We have a lot of product reveals and a lot of features that are coming live today. Let's start first with Halo. Every two-wheeler rider's commute is quite hectic, right? Because our roads are a little adventurous. And on top of all that stress on the road, we've got to wear this helmet. Helmets, in our opinion, are a bit like seat belts. You wear them because you want to be careful, because you want to be a safe rider, or, well, some of us wear them because we want to just avoid that fine. But either ways, whatever way you cut it, wearing a helmet is essentially not an upgrade of your riding experience. It does not make your riding better. At Ather, we want to build helmets that improve your riding experience, that make your ride more enjoyable. We want to build helmets that you would love to wear, and you would wear them because you want to and not because you have to. We believe helmets should not be like insurance, which is what they are today. Insurance is not sexy. Well-designed products are. Right? So that's what we want to build in our helmet. This is a journey that we embarked on all the way back in 2020. In fact, the journey of building Ather's own helmet is one that has probably seen the highest amount of stops and starts. It's been killed as a project several times and it's been reincarnated several times. And the reason was, for the longest time, we kept approaching this from what exists today. We took current helmets and we tried to make them better. After a few years of doing this, we reached this conclusion that to build a great helmet, to build a helmet that will improve your riding experience, we've got to start from scratch. We've got to start inside out. And that's what we did. We went inside. We built soft yet snug interior padded surfaces for your helmet with a frictionless material that feels great on your face, and a padding which, even if you put your specs on, will not pinch you on your temples and will not cause soreness for your ears. So we started all the way back from the interiors, built a great interior for unparalleled comfort for this product. And then outside it, we built a beautiful and an ergonomic shell around it. Once again, starting from scratch. This shell has a lot of great Ather-like details built in, like this vent that's integrated inside the material and is a very clean design, or like the visor that is extremely clean, and really it eliminates any kind of visual noise which you will see with your typical visors in a typical helmet. And finally, this visor has another very, very nice feature. It does not have the standard ratchet mechanism, so you can pull your visor up without that kick sound that comes, and it'll stay up at any level that you will stop it at. So overall, very clean design, and this shell was designed with a lot of safety in mind. This shell comes with ISI and DOT ratings, globally accepted DOT ratings. So we've taken care of your comfort, we've taken care of the ergonomics, we've taken care of how the shell looks like, and we've taken care of the safety with this product. That's the product that we have built. That's Ather's first helmet line out there. But if you want to build something that will improve your riding experience, we can't just stop at building this shell, right? So we had to go beyond. We had to make this a smart helmet. Introducing Ather Halo, our first line of smart helmets, smart helmets by Ather. Halo reimagines your riding experience, and it does that through sound. Sound by Harman Kardon. It's got two speakers very, very, very nicely embedded inside your shell. These speakers are designed to provide very nice, crisp and clear highs and very deep immersive lows. Overall, the speaker quality that you will get, the sound quality that you will get will really, really change your riding experience of an Ather quite dramatically. Let's just hear the sound out once. Thank you. Now, some of you might be thinking sound, my own parents have been asking me this, sound on a helmet, that sounds kind of risky, but no, it isn't. One of the reasons the project also took us a long time to finally bring alive is because we went to great lengths to make sure that the engineering of this was perfect, sound, how we've controlled sound and what it monitors was perfect. What the algorithms here do is they don't silence sound out. They dampen them. So you will still hear that ambulance. You will still hear that honking. You will still hear that car behind you. You will basically have complete contextual awareness of the road and your surroundings while still being able to listen to a great music, still being able to take calls, still being able to talk to people. You get to finally control the sound of your own commute and the sound of your ride. I have a video here that gives you a sense of, so this was all about sound, but what about the voice quality? So I have a video here. It's a slightly crude recording because we actually recorded that. This is a conversation between me and Swapnil, my co-founder. So we recorded this, so just hear this out.
Hello, Pavija speaking.
Abbe, फालतू के रेफरेंस आना बंद कर.
अबे यार, ओके, सर हेलो क्या बोल रहे हैं?
यार पता नहीं, इस बार प्रोडक्ट वाले बहुत ज़्यादा बूस्ट कर रहा है, बट इतना इस बार इंजीनियरिंग पे कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं है
मुझे भी लग रहा है कि ट्रैफिक में आवाज़ नहीं आ पाएगा अच्छे से, बट एक प्रोटोटाइप है, तो आगे क्या ट्राई करना?
ओ यार कूल, ठीक है. कौन सी मीटिंग में हो तुम लोग?
मीटिंग रूम में नहीं, रिपोर्ट तो आजा.
Thank you. In case you're wondering, that's how most of our conversations go, with very unfortunate reference at the start of the call. But it does not typically end this way with quite a happy surprise at the end of it. So what we do there is, the mic that we have, it very carefully isolates what is noise and what are road-specific noises. So it does not, it makes sure that you are not distracted, but it also makes sure that those sounds, which are the road sounds, are not passed on to the listener. So you almost get the right kind of experience while taking calls, while listening to music is a very different experience. And remember, with your Ather, we've integrated most controls into your handlebar itself. So whether it's accept or reject a call or change tracks, all the control is there in your handlebar. So you don't have to take out your phone. You don't have to press anything else. You don't have to do any other effort. Just put the helmet on, and it's extremely effortless as an experience. We've gone a lot deeper in making sure the overall experience is quite well integrated. So what we have done here, so what it does is, it's got a bunch of sensors integrated inside. So the minute you put your halo on, it detects your face, it turns itself on, and it auto pairs with your phone. So you don't need to press any button, even on the helmet. You don't need to take out your phone. You don't need to fiddle around with Bluetooth menus. An extremely intuitive, extremely clean experience is what you will get. The idea was, we want to make sure we don't make you learn how to use a smart helmet differently. It's got to fit in with your life exactly as your current helmets do, while improving the experience. And I think that's what we achieve with Halo. It's also gotten a great battery. So the battery on your Halo should last you roughly about, for most riders, roughly about a week worth of driving. So you won't have to worry too much about charging. In fact, hold on. You won't have to worry about charging a lot anyways, because Halo also comes with wireless charging built in. So what you get to do is just carry the wireless charger. You don't have to fiddle around, open that ugly rubber pad, find the USB-C port, plug it in. अच्छे से घुसेगा नहीं. You don't have to do any of that extra effort. Just carry the wireless charger at your home or your office and just plug it onto your Halo. And you're good to go. You're charging. You'll find your Halo fully charged. No, actually do hold on. It gets better. It gets better. We really took integration very, very seriously this time. So with the upcoming Rizta, what we went ahead and did is, you can, if you choose to, you can integrate this wireless charger in your boot itself. So all you've got to do is drop the Halo when you're not driving in your boot. It'll click, magnetically attach itself, and you're done. You're sorted. So basically, you will always start your scooter to a fully charged Halo all the time. Your helmet will always be ready for you. That's the kind of integration we love. That's the kind of product quality we love, and that's what we've built with Halo. We're very excited for you to try this. So essentially, just go, take your helmet out, put it on, select your track, and you're good to go. A very simple, very clean, very neat experience overall. There are a few interesting features we are launching with Halo. It's not just the capability to listen to music or the capability to take a call. We are, this time, for the first time, see, typically we've been faulted for this in the past. A lot of our media folks fault us for this. Ather launches its flagship, but does not think of the entire market on day one. This time we did. We're launching with the entire range on day one. Halo will launch along with this product. It's called Halo Bit, which is basically the same smart helmet experience, but in an open face, lightweight format. So you've got a lot of the same quality still there. You've got a lot of the same level of refinement still built in, but in a simpler and also more affordable format. Halo Bit is in particular my favorite way to describe some of the features on the Halo line. See, some of the best use cases, some of the best experiences of riding a two-wheeler is with a pillion, right? It's the company that really matters. So what but the problem is, if you're riding around with a pillion, you've got somebody with you, you can't actually do much on a two-wheeler, right? You can't talk, you can't have a conversation. The sound of the road just really gets to you. So let me just show you how typically riding the two-wheeler will be like. Obviously, I'm sure 100% everybody will connect with that.
भूख लग रही है.
भूख आज छुट्टी पे है.
अरे भूख.
Look where.
अरे भूख.
I'm sure that's an experience all of us can resonate with. You can't talk to the person, it's book, cook, look, all over the place. And after a while, you just learn with experience that you don't talk to your wife or your husband on a two-wheeler. It's a disaster, right? It's not going to be fun. Halo fixes this. It fixes this quite significantly. In fact, I should just play this. Descriptions are useless.
राहुल कह रहा था डिनर आज वो बनाएगा.
अरे बैकअप बिरयानी पैक कर लें.
मोस्ट डेफिनेटली.
अच्छा.
Introducing Chit Chat, our feature for Halo and Halo Bit that allows the rider and the pillion to have a very clean, very easy conversation while riding their Ather. The helmets will make sure that they not isolate some of the unnecessary background sounds, while also ensuring that you can hear each other very clearly. And again, the integration of both of these is quite seamless. This will come with both Halo and Halo Bit. The second feature that I'm quite excited about, so actually if you think about this, this is what you typically get in a car, right? One of the reasons sometimes we take a car and not a scooter is because baat hi nahi hogi. Like it's a long drive, take a scooter pe jayenge, baat nahi ho payegi. You don't want to be there. You want to be able to talk to the person. Chit chat fixes that. But what's the first thing that came to your mind when I said drive a car with your special someone? Music, maybe, right? We wanted to solve for that also. How do we create the environment of being in a closed car cockpit and listening to a music track together? Or the Halo bit is almost like being in a car's cockpit as far as the experience goes. I say almost because, yeah, obviously it's still a two-wheeler, but you're going to have a lot of fun with this product. That's it, folks. That's on Halo. We've got the products come up here. These are the first line of Ather smart helmets. Helmets that we hope you would want to wear, and not because you need to wear them. Helmets that we hope which will actually elevate your riding experience. That's the philosophy for every accessory at Ather, and we're very excited with the Halo product line because we think this probably exemplifies it and does its best till date.
Well, I now request folks from the media, everybody with the cameras around the stage, to please settle in. We have more surprises coming your way.
Great, thank you, folks. So I think it's time to move on. Time for the next big launch. Time for Rizta, which probably many of you are here for today. So, when we started Ather, when Swapnil and I started Ather back in 2013, that's almost a solid 11 years ago, it was a very different time, and we were very different people. We were very young. As we started building Ather, we just started recruiting people like us, which is basically young bachelors, and we were having a lot of fun building this product. We wanted to build something for us. We were all enthusiasts. So the product that we would naturally build was a product by enthusiasts for enthusiasts. And that is what the Ather 450 originally was, right? A lot of performance, a lot of passion, something that will really, really, really excite you. That's how we thought through 450 from its first days, and that's the product that you ride today. Over the years, we grew, Ather grew, and then we had families, right? It was a very different time. Our families expanded. Sorry. Can you guys move ahead? I'm not able to do the ticker. Thanks. No. Yeah. Fast forward to 2024, our families have expanded. It's not just young bachelors, unemployed young bachelors building a fun product, but our needs are different. So for a long while, we've been thinking of building our second product, and it was obvious to us that when we build this, it's got to be a product focused on the entire family. It's got to be a family scooter that we'll build next, and that's what inspired Athersta for us. It's a product that we've been thinking for many years. Originally, 450 kept us very busy because it's a damn fun product, and it needed so much work on its operations, on its supply chain, on its quality, every parameter out there. But we've been working on this for a while. We believe, just like the 450, where we've been able to pioneer many experiences for the industry and our owners, we believe with the Rizta, we will be able to pioneer yet again a lot of innovations for the family market, for the family scooter, for the family buyer overall. One of the big themes while building Rizta was space. You all have heard about this. We've talked a lot about this, that we built a large seat with Rizta. The origin of this problem was Scooters, we all know, are always designed for two people. But on an actual scooter, it's never just two people. There's always two people and some stuff, right? It could be a massive bag, it could be a grocery bag, it could be a cricket kit, right? You will always have stuff on the scooter. And when you put that stuff in between the rider and the pillion, you actually suddenly run out of space. And that's something that happens quite frequently. My own personal experience, going to school, if my dad was dropping me and he would have a bag on his shoulders, you go sit behind your dad and that bag hits your face and your entire ride is that bag ka view altogether, right? That's all you will see for the entirety of your ride. Because you can't slide backwards beyond a certain point. So we wanted to fix this, and the obvious natural conclusion was to build a bigger seat. We had the architectural ability to build one, so we started building a larger seat for Rizta. But as we started fixing this problem and we wanted to solve for a lot of use case, we didn't end up building a large seat or a larger seat. We ended up building the largest seat in scooters in India today, in the segment, by a big margin. Let's just see that seat in action. We're going to be revealing Rizta in a little later, but let's just see that seat in action. Doesn't matter what you're carrying. You could have that laptop bag, you could have had a school bag, you could have had a picnic box, you could have had a science project there. The Rizta seat will have space for all. Not just space for all, it can also accommodate all kind of folks. For example, if you are a very tall rider, sitting on the Rizta is going to be amazing because you obviously got a lot of leg room, but also because the seat is large enough and flat enough that you can slide comfortably back and sit very, very, very comfortably. And in those scenarios where you need to slide back, we've designed Rizta with a very nice backrest this time. So even if you go all the way back and sit on the grab handle of all the places, you will find the backrest comforting you and securing you very nicely. And you will also find this time, the grab handle is a bit elevated. So it also provides another level of comfort as you slide all the way back. So whether you're a tall rider or whether you've got a lot of stuff with you, Rizta's really, really taken care of all of it. But Rizta, there's space not just for everyone, there's also space for everything. The luggage space, the storage space that we have designed with Rizta is a pretty massive story in itself. There's obviously a pretty large boot, as you can see in this video. So this boot can take a lot of stuff. It can take books, it can take groceries, it can take fruits, vegetables, lots of different stuff. And actually, let me just stop the video there. One of the things that we realized about two-wheelers was everybody, almost without exception, needs to put a ganda kapda somewhere on the scooter, right? Everybody does, right? We all know that. So we wanted to solve for that. The problem is, ganda kapda kahin pe you will just leave it in the boot kahin pe, and then it's just not a great place. I've seen bikers put it somewhere in the handle kahin pe. So this time, we've designed a very nifty feature. We call it the Joy Pocket. It's under seat storage, so it's very secure, and that's a place to put your ganda kapda. You don't need to spoil your rest of the storage for it. In fact, that's a great place. In fact, that's a great place not just to put that. You can also put your keys, wallets, anything you don't want to sit on, just throw it in the Joy Pocket. It's a nice self-organizer in itself, if you think about it. We continued the design philosophy from 450. 450, most of you, all of you hopefully do know, comes with a frunk. The frunk, I love the frunk personally. It's one of my top favorite accessories. Every Ather in our household has a frunk. The idea with the frunk was we wanted our front storage, but we didn't want to have an ugly dabba in the front. So what we did with the frunk was it's a nice, elastic, flexible piece of material that comes and attaches itself in the front and gives you a lot of storage space. And predictably, with Rizta, that space is quite a lot. The frunk comes with 4 pockets. and it comes with almost 22 liters of space there. We've got more space in the front, than many petrol scooters have below the seat sometimes. In fact, between the storage below the seat and the front 22 liters, Rizta has the ability to have 56 liters of storage space, almost double of what you get in typical scooters out on the market. So lots of space all around on the scooter, and it doesn't stop there. With all this space, and there's a very corny line here, with great storage comes great accessories. So you saw one, you saw the backrest there. We're also introducing a multi-purpose charger, which can go inside your boot. Our community online has asked this many times in the past. I have been personally a big opponent of any attempt to add a USB charger on the scooter for two reasons. The power was never good enough, and honestly, it looked quite ugly. But this time with Rizta, teams were able to crack a much better design, a very neat integration, and it goes inside your boot space really well. That's how the multi-purpose charger looks like. It attaches itself very nicely to the power hub that you see there. You've got a USB-C output. It's got 18 watts of power output, so you can charge your tablet, your phone, or even your MacBook Air if you want to put your MacBook Air inside the storage spots. And if you want to put one, there's enough space, don't worry, you can put the MacBook Air. So you can charge your tablet, your phone, your laptop, any of these devices with the multi-purpose charger. In fact, the multi-purpose charger is the one which you can instead replace this with the wireless charger, which is what Halo is compatible with. So if you want, you can just drop the Halo and the wireless charger will work, which will also be the multi-purpose charger. So all kind of charging requirements really thought through, from wireless charging to USB-C charging, with a good looking accessory in your storage box. And I think with that, we have a small, oh sorry, actually, before we go there, should we do a demo? I think, guys, are we doing the demo? Can you just confirm? Or is it later? Later? Okay, I'll keep going on. We've got, we've also got, oh, I forgot about this. Damn, lots of features. We've also got a very nice organizer this time. This is something we attempted having even the 450, but didn't really work very well. But with Rizta, given the enormous amount of space we had, we brought in an organizer that you can install in the storage box. And I think it's a bit hard to keep explaining all of this via videos, and I keep forgetting all the features we have. So I'm going to do a small demo, like one of those late night TV hosts who are trying to sell you products. So we've got the boots, we've got the Rizta boot here, and I've got a bunch of groceries here. So I'm just going to take them and start loading them inside. For my own back, we haven't bought a lot of dal today, luckily. Let's see, should hopefully take all of it. Oh, by the way, hopefully you saw the organizer here. That's where you can put stuff like your mobile phones, pens, books, anything there. So lots of space there. Okay, let me just stop. So let's say this is your typical day of grocery shopping. You've been going around shop after shop after shop on a Saturday, and you've been buying cans, you've been buying packets, biscuits, fruits, whatever. You reach back home, and what happens? You quickly realize that you forgot a carry bag, right? And because carry bags are 20 rupees in every store, these days you don't get them free. So now it's painful because you got to carry this all upstairs. We have a very nice feature here, that organizer that I told you about. Just pick up the damn organizer and carry it upstairs. It's a beautiful feature. It's probably my favorite feature because every single time I've forgotten to carry a carry bag, and it's just painful. And I think that's all about the space story. We've got a lot of stories coming, but probably a good time. It's very difficult to tell you the rest more about the product without showing you one. So, oh, just a minute, I need the clicker. I need the clicker. Guys, stop. I need the clicker there. Thanks. So it's very difficult for me to tell you more about the product without actually showing you one now. So I think we can really go there. The space story is done. Honestly, moving to a Rizta for anybody will feel like moving from a 2 BHK to a 3 BHK with like 2 attached balconies. Lots of space in every possible way, right? So let's just see and let's just welcome Rizta. We've got a nice intro video queued up here. Thank you. So that's Ather Rizta. We talked a lot about space, but that's not all of it. In fact, that's just the opening part. Rizta's got a lot of features now coming, so let's jump straight into them. I want to first describe how riding the Rizta will feel like. See, riding the 450, I told you at the start, is a very thrilling experience. We designed it for you to really feel connected to the road. We really wanted you to feel the thrill of the ride. And so you will really like go for long rides and you will actually exhaust yourself because you'll have so much fun. With Rizta, we wanted to do something completely the opposite. The idea was to create like this zen-like calm in your mind riding the Rizta. Every time I've ridden one, you just feel so nice. You just feel so nice. You just want to keep coasting on the Rizta all along. We call it Ride Easy. And this is a feeling that we have imbued, in my opinion, across the entire design of the product. From how it looks, how it feels, how it rides, to how even the UI of the vehicle looks and feels like. So the UI of the vehicle, as you can see, is a very simple, neat, clean design. It's designed to be simple first, so it's different from 450, but it obviously carries forward the features of 450 and more or less completely replicates them, but with a different feel to it. Even the modes are done differently in Rizta. There is simplicity to it. This time, there are only 2 modes, but both of them are new. Zip is the mode in which you will have all the fun and you will get the best performance with your Rizta. And Smart Eco is the one that you should use to maximize the range on your vehicle. And that's it. We've kept it simple. We've not tried to complicate your life with too many modes and too many complications. It also continues all the goodness of Ather. So obviously, Rizta continues to ship with a reverse mode. And one of our best and marquee features, auto hold, also comes to Rizta, just like the 450 series. Not just reverse and auto hold, but also Magic Twist. See, Magic Twist is a feature that we brought in, that we introduced a few months ago with Apex. We love the feature internally. We believe Magic Twist will change how you ride for people in the coming years. Magic Twist is particularly a feature that's actually a great fit for a family vehicle because at its core, Magic Twist really has the potential to be really simple. See, what Magic Twist does is it lets you stop the vehicle without pressing brake levers. All you need to do is press on the throttle the other side and your vehicle will start slowing down. It's a great experience when that happens. Magic Twist works at all battery levels, at 100%, 90%, 80%, doesn't matter, it works at all battery levels, and it works at all speeds, and it can bring the vehicle to a complete halt. So we love Magic Twist, and we're very, very happy to finally bring in Magic Twist also on a second product, Atherstack today. Balance, another important. So to create this entire sense of calm on the vehicle, how we engineer the chassis of the vehicle is quite important. And balance is quite critical, a role that it plays, how the vehicle balances and how it feels like. So what we did is, we started with the 450 chassis, but we couldn't just use this because 450 chassis obviously does things differently. So this is how the 450 chassis looks like today. What we did is, we changed the rear of the vehicle completely. So what you instead get is a very different frame, especially in the rear. This frame is longer, it's broader, and you will notice compared to the 450 frame, it's also a little lower in height. So it allows more storage space, it allows a longer seat, and it also allows a more flatter seat, allowing for a more comfortable riding posture overall. Overall, on the vehicle, you get very sturdy chassis, great weight distribution, and a very low center of gravity. And given that all of this is coming from the legacy of 450 at some level, obviously we made sure the vehicle handles itself really well. So it can obviously do this, because this is an Ather product. It'll handle itself incredibly well, take really sharp turns, go around pretty fast. But what it can also do is not just the speed wala maneuvering, it can also handle low speed incredibly well. In our opinion, possibly the best out there. But obviously you've got to be the judge of it. So we've got a video here that makes that case. Now this is a video, let me explain what this video is. We put Rizta along with two great petrol scooters for a comparison. And the idea was to not ride very fast, the idea was to ride as slow as possible without putting your feet down. And we replicated this experiment multiple times. And just before we came on stage to launch this video, today morning, legal called up and told us to not show other scooters out there. So what you instead see are two beautiful black boxes hiding which petrol scooters we're describing, with the Rizta in the middle. But I think the point will still be made about how well the Rizta handles itself. Very strong, low speed stability, because of how the frame is designed, building on the legacy and the credibility from the 450 platform. The only thing I can say is, do try this at home, do try this with your Rizta, so you will know how it experiences and how it feels like. Right? And actually beyond this point, it's honestly a little hard for me to keep describing this. Describing Ride Easy is quite difficult. So we have another video that just sort of hopefully sets up the mood for all of you about what we want, what we hope you will have as a mood every time you ride a Rizta. The third theme for Rizta was around safety. Actually, very luckily, because we showed Mr. Kant all the installations out there, he was quite primed to talk about safety. But that's the third big theme for us. See, typically safety features are ones that go, typically, I'm not saying every, but typically they go in more performance-oriented vehicles, because the assumption is it's a more performance vehicle that will need these safety features. We believe it's actually the family vehicle that needs these safety features even more, not your typical performance scooters only. Which is why safety is a pretty big theme for us at Rizta, and we have a few features that are really a great fit there. Let me first jog everybody's memory a bit. Try and remember the first time you slipped on your scooter. You had a first skid. Chances are, most likely, what happened is you were a newbie. You were still new to scooters. It had rained last night. You went out. There was a water on the road, or there was possibly an oil spill from a car on the road, or maybe there was sand, or maybe there was gravel. But basically, you went over that patch, and typically it's the rear wheel. Typically, it's always the rear wheel that suddenly started losing control. Suddenly, your rear wheel started spinning really fast. You tried accelerating out of it, but you couldn't, and you slipped, right? That's exactly my experience. My first slip, 2011, riding a bike in Goa along with a pillion. I am on one of these ghat roads, take a fairly gentle right-facing U-turn, and then my rear wheel suddenly goes on a whole bunch of gravel on the side of the ghat road. And obviously, the rear wheel starts spinning really fast. I lose control, and we have our first skid in life. And think about what happened after that first slip. After that first slip, most likely you became cautious. You became careful. You started observing how you ride more. And you started telling people, "Sambhal ke chalana." If you were me, you stopped riding bikes altogether and became a scooter guy. But you basically became careful, and that's what happened. We want to solve for that. And with that in mind, we are introducing skid control on your Rizta. Let me explain what skid control is all about. Fundamentally, what happens in a slip is that one of the two wheels, basically the wheels are rotating at different speeds. And often it's the rear wheel that starts slipping, more often than not. If your wheels rotate at different speeds, you will almost certainly go into a slip and your vehicle will go out of control. The key to preventing this is to make sure both your wheels are always in sync as far as speed goes. To do that, what we did with Rizta is we've added an additional wheel speed sensor in the front. So we can accurately measure speeds of both the front and the rear wheel. We measure the speed. ADCR technology, motor control technology, kicks in. It measures both of them. And at 1,000 hertz frequency, which is controlling motor torque at about 1,000 times per second, it starts moderating the speed of the rear wheel until it can match both the wheels' speed. The core idea here is make sure the wheels are both rotating at the same speed and you will likely avoid a slip. That's what we do with skid control. That's how the tech works. But let's see it in action. This is what will happen if you didn't have a skid control and you went out on a scooter. You saw how the scooter almost slipped because you've got a lot of sand and dust out there. And that's what will happen when you've got skid control on your wrist out there. You won't slip. There will be no wheel slippage. In fact, let's zoom in to, let's zoom in. Let's zoom in to understand this better, and I think that'll be a better moment. This is what's happening on both wheels simultaneously. Notice the speeds. The petrol scooter is kicking off sand at a crazy pace. It's slipping. It's rotating too fast. The Rizta wheel is not. It's not losing grip. It's not slipping, and that's why the vehicle won't skid in the first place. So skid control comes along with Rizta. The other safety features, so basically with skid control, you can go over gravel, you can go over sand, you can go over water patches very beautifully. In fact, we've got one installation here, we've got one demo here in the exhibition center today. We've got a rider who will ride on one of these patches in a controlled environment and show you what happens with skid control on and off. So you can actually see it in real time and really get a good sense of how useful the tech is. In other safety technologies, we continue bringing ESS along with Rizta. ESS, for those of you who don't know, essentially is emergency systems. Basically, if you panic brake, lights will flash really fast and will give the rider behind a little bit of a heads up. And we also bring in fall safe as a technology here, which 450 continues to have. It's a technology where if the scooter falls down and if you pick it up using the throttle, the wheel won't rotate. So we cut off the motor power if the scooter's had an accident. Both actually quite useful technologies. Yeah. So all the goodness and magic of Ather really continues here. You continue to obviously get access to all the public fast chargers that I talked about. The vehicle will ship with access to the vehicle will have Ather Duo that will come with it. Ather Duo is the newest home charger which has a fixed and a portable charger flexibility built in. in a single product. It's something we've gone live with 450 recently, and now Rizta will ship only with Ather Duos. And on battery, Rizta comes with 2 battery options. There is a 160 kilometer IDC range product, and there's a 123 kilometer IDC range product. So you'll have 2 options of range. The true range goes up a bit with Rizta, so you can expect almost 125 kilometers of true range with Rizta, and 105 kilometers of true range on the other battery out there. The batteries continue to be largely similar, so they've got the same high quality tech. It's got IP67 rating, which means they're waterproof. It's got 400 mm of water weighting capacity, which means you can go through a lot of water and your battery will still be fine for prolonged durations. And today I also want to give you a little bit of visibility on how good and reliable your batteries are. One of the feedbacks we keep getting from the market is people still don't know how frequently they will have to change their EV batteries. You won't have to change very quickly is what I've been saying. We've been saying for a long while. And here is now data for it. Of our first generation customers who bought vehicles from us, 5 years later, those batteries are an average 90% health today. That's after 5 years. Those are fantastic numbers in our opinion, because that means those batteries probably have several years of life left. I said this in the last community day, you don't even need our battery warranty because I'm telling you the products are amazingly well built and they will last a really long time. So while Rizta has the option of a 5-year battery warranty, do know that these are some of the most tested batteries out there in the Indian ecosystem for EVs out there. And I think with that, we are at the end of Rizta. Are we ready? Yeah, okay. We are at the end of Rizta? Guys, if you can go to the next slide. I can't click. Yes, great. That was, wow, more excitement for Atherstack than anything. So Rizta obviously has all these hardware features and all these great algorithms, but it also comes with a lot of new software features and improvements. And packaging all those improvements is our latest upgrade of Atherstack, Atherstack 6. Atherstack is this layer of intelligence that basically powers everything on your vehicle. All these features built over the years are part of Atherstack, and we've been building a pretty long feature list here. Last community day, we launched Atherstack 5, which brought in, Atherstack 5 basically had a lot of these features go live. Some magical features like auto hold or vector maps or ESS and fall save, live traffic, push location, optimized charging, so on and forth. So we want to talk about all the improvements that have happened, and before that, we want to actually talk about how useful these features have been for all of you. We realize many of our customers not even realizing how frequently they're using Atherstack features, how well these features have integrated in their daily lives. For example, and we keep telling people this, but now we've got data, people who ride in smart eco mode typically get 18% more range than not using smart eco. Smart eco is probably the easiest way to improve your range on an Ather vehicle today. Let's talk about how useful Google Maps has been, a feature that we've been we pioneered and we've been pushing on our vehicles now for 5-6 years. In the last 1 year, people who have Google Maps on an Ather have used it more than 1.1 crore times. These are 1.1 crore trips powered using Google Maps on an Ather dashboard. But for my favorite statistic out there, we launched Auto Hold in January last year. So it's been about 14-15 months that we've had vehicles in the field. I would say roughly about 1 lakh vehicles have Auto Hold available in them. These lakh vehicles in the last 1 year alone have used Auto Hold 51 crore times. That's something like roughly about 5,000 Auto Hold activations per year. If you have an auto hold on your vehicle and you're using it, most likely you're using it 12 times a day. It's possibly the highest used feature highest activated feature in the entire list in Atherstack for us. And it tells a story of how useful these features have been and how relevant they've become for our customers. So with that, we are very excited today to launch the latest upgrade, which is Atherstack 6. Atherstack 6 is launching on the back of a lot of quality improvements that our teams have been prioritizing last year. Some of these improvements, actually, the best improvement that's happened with Atherstack 6, sorry, is it? Yeah. I think hopefully this is a crowd favorite. People are just realizing, yeah. So basically the best improvement is on OTAs and regulation. We finally have coasting regen enabled for all customers with Stack 6 starting Gen 3 onwards. It's a promise that we had made last year, and finally we'll be able to deliver on it. OTAs that will go out in the coming months will enable this for all our vehicles, backward compatible up to Gen 3. In other features, in other improvements, we've seen our dashboard reliability go up almost to 99%. We've seen our GPS latching improve by 80%. So for the vast majority of our customers now, GPS shows the accurate location in 30 seconds of driving. So fairly reasonable latch that happens. And mobile app stability has gone up almost 10 times. So Atherstack 6 is launching on the back of a lot of great improvements like these. But the biggest improvement that we are excited for with Atherstack 6 is the new mobile app. Let's just see that. The new mobile app is bolder, it's more vibrant, but what it really is, it's far more contextual this time around. It knows the information that you need, and it's able to show that at the right time to you in the right way. We call it Widget X. It's taking a significantly prominent real estate on your mobile app now. So you can see Widget X right up there on your app. It will tell you the most important thing about a vehicle on priority. So for example, you can see your vehicle is ready, and you can also click on that icon to go see its location. Or it will be able to tell you that you're running low on charge and find the nearest charger. Or it can tell you that you will hit 50% charge by 1 p.m. Or it can tell you that you're running lower on tire pressure, or that Halo is connected and it's at 89% charge, or that you're ready to go to work, it's morning, start navigation to work, or start navigation back to work. And obviously it can do theft and tow detection. We want to keep building on this layer a lot, so Widget X will be a pretty big piece of how we'll keep developing the mobile app, but it'll have contextual awareness all the time. Building on contextual awareness, the other thing we realized is most people, you open up the mobile app, frankly, to just see charge status. How much charge does my vehicle have? Is it ready to go? So we've solved that for you. Now, instead of opening a mobile app, there is a simple sticky notification. So you can see charging happening without even opening the mobile app. It's just a drop down. Just see the notification there. You will see charging built in right there. The other piece that gets a massive upgrade is write stories. It's no longer write stories. Write statistics. It's no longer write statistics. It's write stories. It's far more. It's less data. It's more memories and more stories. You can see the visuals have completely changed. The interface has completely changed. It gets 3 key things. First are ride highlights. Ride highlights are the highlights of your ride and how your city rides. Both data is built in there. Second are badges. These are obviously they're self-obvious. These are for social validation. And third thing are shareable stories. Another thing we had realized was that people are tracking their data, their ride statistics quite seriously. They are going back 6 months, 3 months, they're tracking this on an Excel, and then they're taking ugly screenshots of their statistics, and then they're sharing it on social. So we wanted to simplify this entire experience for you. So we've made it shareable. You can share your ride stories directly into Instagram or WhatsApp stories or any other social channel. You don't need to go through a lot of process to share them. It's built right into the app itself. With contextual awareness, contextual data with a bolder design and ride stories, you're all going to love the new mobile app. It goes in on beta next month onwards and will be available to all our owners very, very soon in a few months. But let's move forward. These are all the improvements. We also have a lot of new features launching with Atherstack 6. Let's talk about them. Now, when you're riding a scooter, you get a lot of messages, and the reality is all of us have FOMO. So every signal pay that we will get to, we'll take out the phone and we'll be like, kya message, kya message, kya message. You want to check all of them. One of the things we want to do with new features with Atherstack is to make your Ather better integrated in your daily life. We think mobile phones have done a damn good job of it. Mobile phones fit right into your life amazingly well. And we are launching a lot of features today that replicate the same experience, but with an Ather. So it makes Ather products more relevant. So you're riding, you get these WhatsApp messages, and messages will keep popping up. They're quite annoying. They'll keep buzzing your phone. And you will tend to take out your phone for these. We want to avoid that. We don't want to take your phone out. Because yes, some messages are not important, but then some messages like this are very important. So with that in mind, we are introducing WhatsApp on your dashboard. So you get a ping. You will see that on your dashboard. Just a couple of clicks, and you can see all the messages there. You can read them. And you know who's responding. You don't even need to take your phone out at this point. And if you want to reply, you can obviously do, but to just read, you never need to take your phone out. And with the same idea, we've had call capability in the vehicle for a long time. And what if somebody's not dropping your WhatsApp? Somebody's constantly calling you. Somebody's called you like 4 times in the last 2 minutes. You want to tell them to not annoy you, but you don't want to stop riding. Well, we built a feature for that also. You can now decline calls with messages. Again, just a simple click. So as you reject a call, you can use this icon. You can use this. So you don't even need to stop riding. While riding the vehicle, you can send a message to the person that you can't take the call. You can set up your own custom message there. So both with the mindset of reducing the need to even take out the phone in the first place. The other feature is around safety. If you find yourselves in a situation where you want to share your live location with somebody, right now your experience is quite broken because you've got to stop the vehicle, take out, let's say, a WhatsApp and send live location to somebody on WhatsApp. It's a very long process. For a safety feature like this, we've integrated that now in the vehicle. So with just a couple of clicks, if you want to share your live location to an emergency contact, you can just do it from the vehicle directly. Right. So no need to take out the phone yet again for a critical safety feature like this. The fourth feature is again something people have asked. It's ping my scooter. It's fairly self-explanatory. You're in a parking lot. You don't remember where you left your Ather at. Just go to your mobile app, press on that icon there, and lights will start flashing. On a bunch of variants, the horns will also go off. The speakers will also go off. So you'll be able to find your vehicle in parking very easily without the need to sort of locate them on the maps. And the last feature that we are announcing with Atherstack today is a pretty deep integration. So I talked about how do we integrate Ather into your daily life. Ather vehicles have a lot of connectivity. You want to be able to talk back to an Ather. Alexas are fairly well integrated in our daily lives, right? There are enough devices of all Alexas out there in our households these days. So with that in mind, we've built and we're launching today Alexa integration for your Ather. So you can shoot whatever prompt, like we have almost 40 prompts that you're launching with. So you can check on the charging status of your vehicle. You can check on the location of your vehicle. You can push navigation from your Alexa. So all you've got to do is just say, hey Alexa, where's my Rizta? Hey Alexa, how far is my Rizta? Hey Alexa, what's the charge status on my Rizta? So on and forth. A pretty nifty integration, and that completes the entire story very well for us. And I think with that, we are almost at the end of our entire presentation. 3 stories, 3 upgrade stories for our market today. And I think it's almost time to now call the products up on stage. If I can just ask Swapnil, co-founder and CTO also, my co-CTO also, to join us on stage here. Where are the scooters? Alexa, where's my Rizta?
Your Rizta is 3 seconds away, 2 seconds away, 1 second away. Hello, Rizta.
Guys, we have to announce the pricing. Please take your seats.
Well, for everybody in the house here, the vehicles are definitely going to stay on stage. The ones right ahead clicking pictures, it's a request to take your seats. As we move forward, we have very little information ahead to be shared again. So it's a request. Please take your seats so that others also get a clear view of the stage and other details that are going to be shared now.
Hello, hello. Yeah, I think it's easy for me now. I think it's we're at the end. We are almost done. So that was all three products from us. We can move to the next slide. Folks, if you guys can just take your seats. Well, let's come back to this. I'll just finish pricing and colors, though you can all see the colors. So Rizta comes in 5 colors. As you can see, we call them colorways. But there are obviously a few more options with dual tones built in this time. So we've changed our, So Rizta S, so Rizta will have basically 2 models, just like the 450, Rizta S and Rizta Z. Rizta S and Rizta Z, and Z will have basically 2 range options, very much like how we do with 450. So S will have a IDC range of 123, Z will have a range of IDC range of 160 and 123. And our introductory price for Rizta S for people who have already pre-ordered and pre-orders over the coming few weeks is starting at 1,09,000. I had a very good line here that Mr. Kant gave me. इतने कार के features scooter पे दे रहे हो तो price बढ़ानी चाहिए. And we told him later that no, we have not increased the price. We're actually decreasing the price with Rizta. So that's the price of Rizta S for people who have already pre-ordered and as an introductory price for the next some pre-orders. Quick features, you will have detailed spec sheets, especially for media after this. But Rizta S, that's the range. It comes with 7-inch deep view display and 3 colorways. Z has 2 options. Z will have 7-inch TFT displays. Z will also have more color options, 5 colorways, dual tones, so overall 7 options of colors on Rizta there. We also have to announce Halo's pricing. So Halo and Halo Bit are priced at 4,999 and 14,999. However, for Halo, there is an introductory price of 12,999 for the first, I think, 1,000 pre-orders, 1,000 orders or so. And that's a big announcement. For people who are here, for all the community members who have come here today, you get to buy, if you buy today, you get to buy Halo at 50% of that price. So 6,500. So we've taken all our discount and bundled them into just one package for everybody who's put in the effort and have come, cheered us here. You get to buy Halo at half the price today. And that's it. Tahir, yeah, you can take over. Any other closing steps?
Thank you. Thank you, Tarun, and Swapnil for giving us the Ather Rizta. The vehicles, the colors look spectacular. Looking forward to see them way on the road. Yes, everybody who've joined us today and the ones who've joined virtually, can we have the QR? Of course, yes, you can scan now. You can scan the QR code now to gather more details and also to pre-book your Ather Rizta right away. Ladies and gentlemen, with that, we are towards the end of our first half of the day. I'm sure all of you are excited to see Ather Rizta up close and gather more details, more information. We have set up some amazing experiences outside this keynote hall. And of course, you also get to experience Ather and its entire ecosystem. We will also have a bunch of other activities happening. But before that, I'm also sure that all of y'all would be hungry and wondering and wanting to relish your taste buds. The lunch counters will open now. While the lunch counters open now, yes, they'll remain open through 3 p.m. We strongly encourage you to stagger your lunch hour to avoid rush at the counters, long wait at the counters. Instead, you can visit the experience zone. You can visit the experience zone as we have a bunch of fun-filled games where you can win Ather's cool merchandise.